welcome back to another episode of Wine and Spirits. Woo!
So
I know, I'm like, woo! I know, it's weird because it's a very nice day outside, so I'm kind of like anxious because I want to get back into the warmth. But yeah, so today we'll be talking about a couple of wines from my favorite winery, Rustic Roots, and I just have to preface, they are not endorsing us. We're not being sponsored or anything. I just really love that winery. It's a really great winery. You've been there, right?
I don't know.
No, you were at Villa Bellezza.
Yeah, and then I went to one in Hastings, but I don't think I went to one
I don't know what the
Scandia,
Hastings.
I think this is.
Yeah, Scandia. It's probably about maybe 15, 20 minutes outside of Stillwater.
Oh, okay.
I think, give or
Definitely
take. I don't know.
Haven't been there then.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful winery. You should go if you haven't gone, or wait, maybe we can all go.
We should go.
Yeah, it's so good. But we are gonna start today with, I think this is Frosted White. Let me see. Yes, Frosted Root White. And I'm gonna put this up there. Like my sound effect.
I liked it.
I really like this wine. I've tried it, so I'm excited for you to try it.
It smells like a Minnesotan wine. I don't know. It's really weird because that it has like a certain scent, but it does smell like.
Isn't it weird how you can tell the difference now between a Minnesota wine or if it's like an Italian wine? Or yeah, it's weird.
Because a lot of the Minnesota wines to me taste really similar and have like this similar smell too.
This one definitely.
Right?
Cheers.
Cheers. Did you feel that?
It's like,
because the sticker was here. It got stuck.
It's like, nah.
Sorry, guys. It's good.
That's a lovely bunch of coconuts.
This is good white wine.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's semi-sweet. I think I touched on this in my wine review. Gotta go check out that episode. It's like semi-sweet. Or semi-dry, I would say. It does have a little sweetness in it, but it's just Minnesota sweet white wine.
Sweet white wine.
But it's not too sweet. So for those who aren't accustomed or don't really like sweet wines, this is kind of like in the middle.
It is. I agree.
It's very light.
Has some fruity flavors to it.
Like apricot, citrus. I believe I said vanilla too. Not 100%, but it's really good. It's a really easy drinking wine. This I could drink a whole bottle of. Normally, if it's a sweet wine, like I can only have like one glass, and then I can't drink anymore. But this, I can easily drink this whole thing because it's good.
I could picture myself sitting on the deck on a warm day, just
like today,
getting schmammered.
Yeah,
like today. It is.
And this is another one of those wines that kind of sneak up on you because it's just.
What is the percentage of this? Does it say?
12.5%. So it's not bad, but it's not bad if it's a glass. The whole bottle. It's just like you're sitting there and you're like, whew, now I'm feeling it.
Yeah, this is really good.
Good, I'm glad you like it. I was waiting so that you could try it. Yeah.
And we got some new wine glasses. They're really fun.
Italian.
I couldn't get the stickers all the way off, though. So that's why when we went to Cheers, it kind of stuck.
Yeah, Gugan will take that right off.
Yeah.
But I forgot which cheeses that we had today. Oh, is this one is that the garlic and herb one?
Yeah.
So this is the garlic and herb goat cheese. And then I believe the other one was just the Havarti, but I don't remember.
Yeah, the Havarti and then the jalapeno honey.
Yes, jalapeno honey. And then which one did you?
My favorite, the Deer Creek tequila.
Always got to have that there.
Always.
I'm fine with that because I love that one.
I love it to snack on because it's so spicy.
It's the best.
Right?
Which one do you want to try first?
Ooh, if we do the jalapeno honey. We have the honey to drizzle.
Yeah, I want to try that. I've never done that
No?
before.
Okay,
No.
so usually take one of these crackers, this, and just take a little bit like this. Oh, fuck. Sorry, didn't. That was like slow motion.
He's like,
whoopsies. Okay, and then you take the honey. Oh, I just microwaved it too. You just kind of drizzle.
drizzle it on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, and then I'm gonna try not to
break
it.
The cracker.
I put like.
You're doing great.
Not a lot.
No?
I gotta put more on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't grab a lot. I was trying not to break the cracker, but if I do, it's okay. Okay, so you said
just drizzle a little bit, or how do you like honey?
I do.
Don't know. Then you put as much as your heart desires.
I'm slathering it on.
Okay.
Oop. Oop. Okay.
Cheers.
That's good. Oh, I'm starting to taste the spice.
Yeah, it does have a kick.
It's stuck on the roof of my mouth. I think I put too much honey on. That's really good, though. Mm-hmm. I like that.
I think I might like it better without the honey drizzle, only because I don't like sweet so much. But that is a big kick of jalapeno. Holy crap.
I know. And I feel like the honey a little bit tones it down, but now I'm starting to get the aftertaste. Mm-hmm. So my eyes are watering.
Damn, that's spicy.
Yeah, it is. I wasn't expecting it to be that spicy. That's kind of reminded me of the dragon's breath a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Because it's like coating my throat.
Wash it down with this very easy to drink white wine. Mm-hmm.
This is the perfect wine to drink with it.
Actually, that's probably true.
That's good. I like it.
Actually, that does pair really well with this.
Mm-hmm. Because it's kind of like muting it a little bit.
Right.
So I don't feel like I'm dying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to drink the rest. Well, I'll wait. Because I want to try the other ones too.
Okay, I'll let you go first.
Let's try the... Should we do the goat cheese?
Herbs and garlic and herbs goat cheese?
My finger's all sticky. I'm just using the same one. There we go. Oops.
Come to me. So I feel like people are either hit and miss when it comes to goat cheese.
Yeah.
Like Bill hates it. And
I guess it depends on the flavor for me.
Yeah.
Like I won't eat plain.
Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorites.
That's not bad. Very potent. That's if I don't want someone to talk to me. I'll just be like, hi.
Oh, good. So we ate it together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk at you.
Yeah, so we'll both smell it.
God, Myra, did you brush your teeth?
I know. I did. I did remember.
Well, that's good.
There are some days.
I know, I've smelled it before.
When you get to...
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Just joking.
Gio actually did that the other day, and I had brushed my teeth. It was because I drank some coffee, and he's like, "It smells in here," and I'm like, "Oh, sorry, baby, it's the coffee."
That's funny.
If you like the content that you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family.
Yeah, I like that goat cheese though.
I like it. I like the initial taste. The aftertaste is a little bit sour to me.
Mm-hmm. See, I think that's what Bill says. It has like a sour taste.
Yeah. But that's weird because this is a goat cheese too, and that didn't have that aftertaste. It didn't taste sour to me, but it could be because my tongue was being burned
fire.
off.
that would make a difference, I feel like.
Do you want to try? We have one more. We have a red wine.
And it's by the same winery, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And this one is Roots Red.
Roots Red. Was I? Hopefully I got it close enough. I don't know. All right. Oh, it's like we're tasting. Why am I pouring full glasses?
Forget.
God damn it. Okay.
fingers
So
are
this
sticky.
one, and you've had this one before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I didn't drink it on the wine
Oh,
review.
it's a sweet one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we'll see how you like it. I don't know. Again, it's another one of those wines that are, it tastes sweet, but it's not overbearing. So we'll see how you like
Again,
this red.
it smells like a Minnesota wine.
Mm-hmm. It's
so weird.
I feel like it's the region
It
because
must
of
be.
like the.
Do you know what kind of grapes are grown in this
In
region?
this one, I don't.
Cheers.
Cheers. You would think I would remember it because I just reviewed it, but I can't remember. Too sweet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. It tastes like all the red wines I've had in Minnesota.
Like a red blend or
Yeah.
a semi-sweet red blend.
But it's sweeter than like a normal blend.
Oh yeah. This tastes actually good at room temperature or chilled. And the only reason why I can handle it is because I drink a lot of the sweet reds from Apothic. Mm-hmm. But normally I can't drink a sweet red, like a really, really sweet one, like that one that I had before that Bill drank, all of it.
No. That one, what was that? Because that was terrible.
I don't remember. It was a recommendation
Right, and
from
we
Total Wine.
Drank
So
it, we're like, ugh.
it was way too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggle with ports too, like those dessert wines. I can only have like the little tiny glasses of it.
Right.
But this one, I can handle it, so I'll probably drink the entire thing after we're done.
She's lying.
Or in between. I'm just kidding.
She's lying. She's gonna drink it.
Drink it
I might,
all.
after I finish this, because I will finish it, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to get some more white wine.
Yeah. Have at it. I'll put this on this side.
Thank you.
Ooh.
I'll switch you.
She's going to drink that bottle, I'm going to drink this bottle.
The whole bottle. So if I start slurring my words, you know why. Just kidding.
Yay!
Drunk Megan's always the best.
We just won't be introducing any Malort.
Oh my God, I have something to tell you about that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we went to a Halloween party last night, and one of the guys, his favorite drink is Malort, and that's the reason why we tried it. Because it was his birthday last year or whatever, and we were like, okay, let's try it, whatever. I was like, hey, Kevin, do you want to do a shot of Malort? And he said yes. I don't know why I offered to do it, but I did.
You drank it again,
Okay.
willingly.
Multiple times. Turns out I don't hate it anymore. I can actually drink it, and I drank it, and I was like, actually, this is not bad.
I don't know
I
if
kind of like
can.
that, and then I took another one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not there with you. I don't know if I could do it again.
I think it was after I had COVID.
Oh.
Bill was like, hey, try Malort or something. Like, because my taste was like kind of gone, but it wasn't all the way gone, but it was, I could not taste certain things. It was so muted. I was like, oh, actually,
not that bad.
I can just drink this.
Well, how is it now though?
It tastes like grapefruit with a little burn.
Really?
But it didn't stay in my mouth.
It tasted like
or throat.
More bitter, from what I remember. Again, that
night
from what I remember, it was very potent. Maybe I'll try it again. I don't know. Maybe
I'll bring it back.
Maybe on our Halloween episode, I'll try it again. I don't know.
And then we can
scary.
marinate hot dogs in it.
I saw that.
I know. I'm just kidding. I would never do that.
Oh, I can't believe someone did that.
It had to have been a joke.
I don't know. Your friend said that it's his favorite drink, so probably not. Someone probably just loves Malort that much that they're marinating it now in their food. That's a little much for me.
Make a crock pot meal with Malort
Oh, beef stew.
and just a tad bit of grapefruit. It's fine.
I don't taste. I'm gonna have to try it again now. I don't taste the grapefruit unless you mean like a really bitter, unripe grapefruit. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know. But I was like, I gotta tell Myra about this because this is
gosh.
the fact that I would have
Willingly.
rather taken a shot of Malort than a fire whiskey.
Really?
Because I took Malort and then we did a shot. Only did a few shots. So don't judge me. Then we did the fire whiskey, and I was like, oh God.
Yeah,
The
'cause it
Malort went
burns.
down a lot easier.
Ugh.
It's just
Did you
weird.
do the Malort before the fire whiskey or after?
Before?
Oh, okay.
No, very weird.
Those are two different tastes. Ugh.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Getting into our stories while she pours herself some more of the white. I think it tastes like a Riesling to me, honestly.
Actually, probably true.
That's what I
That
think.
red.
And choke
is.
it down. Is it making your eyes water?
I'd rather have Malort on the rocks. I'm just kidding. It's not. It's not that bad.
Yuck. I would rather have. What was that one wine we drank?
That was really gross.
It was a really. I don't
Was
even.
that the witch's hour? No.
Oh
Was
yeah,
that
it was
witch's
the
hour?
Infernal.
No, it was the one that was like a spice blend. It was the witch's.
Yeah, that was that
Was it
Infernal.
Inferno?
Wasn't it the Apothic Infernal?
No.
Or was there a different one?
It was the witch's hour. It was the special spice blend.
that had like a habanero in
Yeah,
it.
and then Bill ended up drinking it. It was fucking
And he said it was
nasty.
good. So I'd rather drink that again than the Malort. That's how much the.
right.
I guess I'm gonna have to try the Malort again.
We're gonna have to bring both of them back and do which one's worst.
Oh yes, we will do an episode of which one makes you gay.
Ooh, how about you guys suggest some of the worst drinks, and we will try.
We will put it to the test and tell you if we
Because that would be
believe it.
kind of fun.
Yeah, let's do it. Put it in the comments. Something that is the worst that you've ever tasted, drank, whatever it is.
Yeah, in your opinion, just throw it out. I would try it.
Yes, we will definitely try it. Maybe we'll do like a blind tasting too, so we can't see what it is.
Oh, not even if it's a liquor or
Right.
anything.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
We'll do that. Yay! I'm excited. Moving into the story that we're going to talk about today is we're kind of transitioning. We're doing like different parts of our paranormal history, like childhood. Now we're moving into kind of like the college / on your own section. Like I'll be doing a little bit of experiences that I had in college and when I had my Egan apartment. And then I don't know what you were gonna do, but yeah, my college experience was weird because I had, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like one specific example, but to kind of round it out, I guess there was a couple times where I kind of zoned out. One of my exes told me this where I would just wake up, he would be saying my name, nothing would be there. And it would be recently after, like, I would have, like, some kind of haunting experience, whether it be something moved in my room or, like, my door would slam. We had these heavy doors in our dormitory, so it wasn't, like, easily the wind blows and then the door
Right.
slams. There, you actually had to physically push it. So the doors were slamming with so much force, it kind of made me feel like it was maybe
Yeah,
an
that's kind of
angry.
weird. Right.
And I don't know, because I don't know what the history is in the dormitories that I stayed there, because, you know, there's, when you're in college, there's, you know, suicides, there's people getting killed because it's Minneapolis.
No way.
Stuff happening there, so I don't know what the history is. So that would happen to me when I would be by myself. My roommate, Heather, I don't believe she had any experiences that I know of. We never talked about it.
Yeah.
But it was like getting to a point where I had a hard time. I didn't want to tell her what was going on because I'm like, one, I didn't want to freak her out, and two, I didn't want her to be like, you're crazy. So I never said anything. But my ex, who sometimes I would stay in his room, would say, shortly, I would tell him what happened.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, he would say that I would wake up. I would just sit up, kind of like a sleepwalking. I would stand up. I would stand in front of his computer, not saying anything, but he would hear stuff, like kind of like, I don't know, whispering or talking, but it wasn't coming from me. Like my mouth wasn't moving. So that happened a couple times. There was a couple times that I woke up, both actually in my Egan apartment and also in my dorm, where I would wake up and it felt like I don't know, I walked outside, my feet would be dirty, like I had
That's
wandered
weird.
out. But to me, it's like weird, like, was I walking in such a, like, awake status that no one realized that I was sleepwalking? Like, because I've never sleptwalked before. I've never had done it when I was younger or anything like that. So it only happened
Weird.
to me that I know of in college. And then my Egan apartment was the same thing. I had like these weird dreams where, you know, I was laying on the table and there was all these, like, I think they were all men, I don't know, standing around in like these dark robes. But it was like the robes were black on the outside, red lining. I couldn't move, so it was kind of like a sleep paralysis thing. I could see them. I didn't know what was going on. They were kind of saying stuff, but I couldn't understand the language. And then after that, I kept having these weird, like, sleepwalking incidents where I would black out and I would not remember that. And so that freaked me out. Also, in my apartment in Egan, I would have stuff where when I was moving in the second bedroom, the closet door, I would just keep closed because I used it mostly for storage.
Right.
So I'd go down, get another load, come up, it'd be slid open. And no one was in there. It was just me moving. I always locked my door when I left and then when I came back. So it's making me feel like either something's following me or maybe I'm just more sensitive to things that are already there.
Right.
I don't know. But I would have weird dreams about Casper when I was dating him. After he had already left for the night, I would wake up, I would see, the lights would be on. I would see him walk in kind of like backwards, like towards me, and I'd be like, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? I thought you went home. What are you doing? And he would turn around and his eyes would be all black. Yeah. And then you know how you already think you're awake and then you go like this and then you wake up again and you're
that's
like,
the worst.
and I'm just like, fuck. Because it's so scary, you're sweating, your heart's racing, but it was so real. I felt like I was already awake, my eyes were open, and I was looking at him like tangible, not like fuzzy, see-through.
Yeah.
It was actually him. And I'm like, why are you walking backwards towards me? And it was just,
That is super
So
weird.
that happened a few times where I'd have dreams like that. And I still to this day don't know what was going on there. I know something was there because when I would babysit, it sounds weird, babysit his dog, Ibo, when he would be at work or he would be visiting his dad and stuff. I'd be babysitting Ibo, and Ibo would usually just let sleep with me in the bed because he would get so freaked out and cry in his little kennel because of whatever was going on. Like I have a picture of it and I can't find it. Of course, I was looking for it because I was going to show you. Because I called him Batman in that because his ears were up, but in the picture, he is looking back towards my hallway. On the right is the bathroom, and then here's the two bedrooms. He's standing there, and he's got his head tilted, and he's looking at something. And then when I took that picture, he was actually growling. He's going, "Arr, arr." So I'm just like,
Dogs, no.
yeah. So it made it very hard to sleep in there, and because I was so freaked out, every night I would have him, Casper, stay with me until I fell asleep, and then he would leave, lock the door, and then slide the key underneath. But that's because I didn't know what was going on, and I was by myself.
God, that sucks.
So that's my little bit. I kind of did an abridged version. I didn't do all of it because we'd be here all day if I told you everything that happened. But that's kind of like the abridged version of what was going on. And I don't know if stuff's following me or not, but I seem to have a lot of paranormal experience. And I'll tell you about our current home, but you have to wait until the next episode.
Did your ex, did he think you were crazy?
Yeah.
Like
he thought I was possessed. He actually...
Really?
Yeah. He actually told me that he put a picture of like a big giant blow up picture of like Jesus or like a cross or something on there because he thought I was possessed.
Okay, that's weird.
And then he put like some whatever holy chant thing in the background, and I'm just like, and then in my mind I'm like, okay, no, he's crazy. I'm like, what happened to make him think that it was that bad? Like he said that one of the times that I was blacked out that I don't remember, that he was actually asking me questions and talking, and I was talking, but it didn't sound like my voice. I'm like, what do you mean it didn't sound like my voice? Like, higher, lower, what do you mean?
Right.
And he's like, it just sounded like it was two voices talking. And I'm like, why the didn't you record that? Like me?
Because
Me, if I heard something like that, the first thing I'd be doing is recording it.
Right.
Because no one's going to believe you. Because I didn't believe him. I'm like, two voices, come on. I'm not a monk. I can't do the dual voice thing. But yeah,
That's weird.
that's what happened.
Huh.
It's interesting. I don't know why these things happen to me. I'm not like, not that when things like this happen means you're like a devil worshiper or anything, but I don't dabble in any
Right.
occult type things, so I don't know why it happens so frequently to me, but it does.
That's weird.
And I don't know if it's because because I believe more
Might be.
that I'm
And
opening
you chase
myself
it,
up.
and
I know, that is true.
I mean, there could be a lot of things.
Do you have anything somewhat along that lines?
So, well, yeah. So when I was younger, I wasn't living there permanently, but I was when I was in my early 20s, right after high school, late teens or whatever. I was kind of homeless in a way, so I was like hopping from friend's house to friend's house,
Oh, okay.
basically. So I was staying.
We call that couch surfing.
Yeah, and that's exactly. Except I was sleeping on a blow-up air mattress. Yay me!
Well, that's a lot nicer than
It
the
was,
couch.
I know.
That's an upgrade.
Right. So before my work shift, everybody was out of the house. Everybody who was living there was gone. It was just me, and I was like, I'm going to take a nap real quick because we'd stay up real late partying, and I was I worked at a restaurant at that point, so my shifts didn't start till later. So I was like, I'm going to take a nap real quick.
You had the good shifts. That's where you make all the money.
Yep, exactly. So I was like, I'm going to take a nap. So I fell asleep, and all of a sudden, probably about an hour into it, I woke up because on my air mattress on the corner, somebody sat and I raised.
No.
So I legit came up and I was facing the closet door and I was like, fuck, what is happening right now? Stop. Stop. And I sat there for a hot minute. Like, on air mattresses, if somebody sits on one side, you go up. It's like and then all of a sudden, and I sunk back down and I was like, fuck. And I turned and I looked just to make sure nobody was home. And I got up and I looked, nobody was home. And it was in that same place where also sleeping, but I get sleep paralysis sometimes too. So this is
Same here.
I don't sleep on my back because that's when it happens to me. So I'm in like perpetual like side sleeper because of it.
Yeah.
But I was sleeping on my back and all of a sudden, this was a different day, probably a week or two later, frozen, like I felt like I couldn't breathe, I couldn't speak. And again, somebody sat down. But it was like, it felt scary because you have no control.
Right.
So, but I knew something was there because it raised, I got put up again and I was like, this is fucking freaking me out.
And that sucks too because you're in sleep paralysis, you can't like lift your head to
Nope,
look to see that side.
Nope, couldn't do nothing. I was not happy about that. And then after this, I moved, and then this happened in Arizona, and then I wound up in California. Obviously, I did my own thing. I don't know. So wound up in California, and I ended up staying with my dad and my stepmom for a few weeks. Woke up, there was somebody in the doorway, it was a girl, and I felt scared. And I think this is the same girl I've seen since I was a child, ever since I went to Pennsylvania. To visit my family's farm, which
I remember.
Yeah. So it looked like her, from what I could see, that because the hall light was on, so I could see this girl in there. I couldn't make out features because it was dark in my room at the time, but I think that was her, and I just felt scared. I felt this like. And you get waves of emotions sometimes when you see certain things, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're just whatever. It felt angry and like, but maybe not so much at me. It was a general, I feel like that's probably just how she died, was angry. She was mad. But when I went to visit our family's farm, they were known to be witches, and a lot of people died very weird on that farm. And once I left there, that's when I started seeing this little girl. And there was a little girl who I don't remember if I told you died in the pig pen.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And so I never saw pictures of her. I don't know what she looked like, but I just always thought it was her. For some reason, I have nothing to go off on that. It's just a feeling I had about it. So, but she stood there, and I could just feel the anger, which made I just started crying. And it was not because I was sad or scared. It was like taking on her emotion almost. It was so fucking
She might have transferred it. Oh my goodness, that's so weird. I always wonder what the depiction is of the little girl or little kid, because I've had that encounter a couple times. I told you at my childhood home, I had a little girl that I heard crying. And also I think Casper said it was a little girl, a little boy, that he saw at the end of his bed. And then a couple of times, I can't get into that, but there's some instances, and I'm going to try to find video too, so that you can watch it when I do talk about my current home.
Okay.
But there's some stories there too, but I wonder what that depiction is. But I understand what you're saying about feeling that emotion, because when I did I told you, that guest investigation with Jerry, the guy that was standing next to Casper, that I could just see, I knew it was a guy, but I could just see all black.
Right.
I could, even though I couldn't see his facial features, I could feel the anger, and I could feel that he was yelling at him, look at me,
right.
I'm here, blah, blah, blah. He was yelling because Casper at the time was I don't see anything. I don't see anything, but I can feel it. I don't see anything. And it was almost like he was yelling, look at me. But I understand what you're saying about feeling that emotion. And
that's a really hard feeling to take on yourself. It feels, and after that, in that house, things started happening.
Oh.
Doors started shutting. In the hallway, you could just see shadows walk back and forth. It was very weird.
And my sister just sent me, I haven't been able to look at the video yet because she's going to resend it, but she just had an incident with the door closing by itself too. And I keep trying to get her to come on the show.
Come on.
Christina, because she's got a lot of things that happen in her current house, something that happened at her job. But she's also like me, sensitive, where she can see people.
Yep.
And she also is kind of a little bit like you with her dreams. They're kind of like premonitions. But yeah, it's really hard because you're thinking, did I take something with me? And that's what I'm feeling is I don't know, the history behind where my childhood home is built, but did I bring something with me, or is spirits just attracted to me because they know I'm open? Or, I don't know what the term is. They used it on Insidious, and I can't remember what it is, but she was talking about how she's a certain way, and so once spirits know that you're that way, they gravitate towards you because they're trying to get through. So I don't know if that's what's happening, or
Lord.
I don't know, but I know a lot of paranormal shit happens.
Seriously.
A lot.
I agree.
And it's just sometimes I try to write down as much as I can when it happens, but we have stuff happen so frequently that sometimes I'm just oh my God. I got to write this all down because otherwise I'm not going to remember to tell you, oh, this happened there and there.
I know, just like the dream. I had a dream about my sister and their house in Colorado, which for some reason it was her bedroom. So I remember bits and pieces. So the door to her room was like heavy, like you couldn't open it. And it was like black inside. And it was like, so I tried, in my dream, I tried to push it and I was like, oh, this is really heavy. Why can't I walk in this bedroom? I pushed it open, like I ended up getting it open, walking inside, and I was terrified. And then the door slammed behind me. Oh. But like, it was almost, I was in the point of view of my sister, which is, I felt like I was her. So then in my dream, my feet started to hurt. Like they started, I remember my feet hurting. I was like, why are they hurt? Like, this is really weird. This feels very weird. I can't remember the rest. There was more to it, but I called my mom the next day and I was like, hey, did this happen to Frankie? Like, what's going on? She was diagnosed with Raynaud's syndrome in that house, which affects your feet and hands.
Yep. One of my friends actually has Raynaud's.
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Raynaud's syndrome, where like the blood doesn't circulate properly, like it gets really.
So I didn't know,
especially in cold weather.
I didn't know she was diagnosed with that at that house. I had no idea, but I felt like my feet hurt, like her pain hurt.
Wow.
And then, but there was also spirits, and I asked my sister, and I really wish I could remember, but she's like, how did you know that happened? And I was like, I had a dream. I don't know.
Yeah.
And she was very weird.
Well, and what's creepy is like, what if it was something in the house that caused it? And that's what you were sensing, and they're trying to keep you out as to not warn her. And then whatever happened, and now she's, wow,
stuck with it. But
yeah,
but that house scared her.
I mean that it happens. I told you about Jerry, which we'll talk about in another episode.
Yeah.
When we actually go to Walcott, that's what happened to him. Is he'll go into details, but like he basically made a mistake. He provoked, which I never condone. When doing investigations, don't ever provoke.
Or provoke in general, don't do it.
Yeah, it's just not a good idea. And that's the reason why he's got all of his health issues now. His health issues came on after he did that, when he was attacked. And why I believe it so much, too, is because, and I know you don't like him, Jerry, but I like him, Zach. That's another, he did the same thing, and the Demon House, which is actually a real house.
Oh, that's right. That's what you said.
Yeah, it was a real house, and these people wanted it off their hands. They had a daughter or something like that.
Did he buy it?
He bought it. Not only did he buy it, but he brought some of the foundation and the dirt from the basement and stuff, like part of the most haunted place, and brought it to his haunted museum.
Oh, my God.
I know. And you remember how, I don't know if you saw his prior episodes, but he actually kind of went blind after that because he got attacked in that house.
I don't remember.
And that's how he developed the issues. Like, I was like joking around with Casper. I'm like, oh, why has he got the nerdy glasses on? You know, is he trying to look sexy or whatever? But actually, no, those are real glasses. He has to wear them because he got attacked in that house, and he developed some kind of congenital whatever eye thing. And now he went like partially blind, so he's got to wear that. And I'm just like, ooh. Yeah, it's a real thing. Like that's why you don't provoke.
It's like a fuck around and find out type of situation.
And that's why
and he found out.
Yeah,
that's
and that's why he always says like now he doesn't really provoke anymore because of that.
He just makes other people do it.
I know he sticks. Poor Aaron.
God damn.
Aaron, you're gonna go by yourself in this really demonic area.
Sad.
I know. I feel so bad for Aaron. He always has to go into the worst. And then and then he freaks out. I feel bad for him. And I get it because having been on investigations in darker places, it really is really dark. So like when you see something moving, it's got to be darker than the dark.
That's true. Lighter.
Could it be lighter? I don't know.
Could it be lighter?
Lighter than the dark. I don't know. That's weird. Darker
I don't
than the
know
dark.
how that would work.
I don't know, but for some reason your eyes can discern what is normal darkness and what's actually something moving. So, yeah, I feel bad because, like, what if that was happening in your dream? You're trying to get in and it's trying to keep you out, and that's why when you went in you felt fear because it was like it didn't want you to know what it was doing, because that's happened before.
And so I'm not going to get into like my childhood per se, but like so I am quite a bit older than my sister. So I moved to Colorado. I moved a lot, apparently. So anyways, moved there, stayed there for a bit. And one night things were happening. I grabbed my sister. At the time, she was probably 6 or 7 years old. Picked her up. I fucking ran downstairs and we hid in the closet for an hour or two. So like we were like hiding behind clothes and stuff. And
Why?
I'll talk to you later about that.
Oh, okay.
So it's more personal. I don't.
Yeah.
So
that's
we
fine.
after it was safe to leave, we ran outside. Mm-hmm. But ever since then, the closet has been a really terrifying. Apparently, she grew up in this house. I did not. So after that incident, that's when things started really happening, especially in her closet. She was like, I hated going there. I didn't want to be in there because things started happening more.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
Oh my god.
But it was the closet, and that was one thing that she said was just, it was like a black hole almost.
I always, I'm not claustrophobic, and I'm good with some spaces. Like I did the haunted basement before, and they put us in like coffins and separated us. I was fine with that, but the thing that, I don't know, it's like other things that creep me out. Like I think I told you about this. I was at a friend's house, and she had this weird crawl space that you open the door. It's like one of those little miniature doors like that they have in the creepy movies.
Yeah.
It was a miniature door. You can crawl in there, and sometimes we'd play in there and pretend like it was like our little fort and stuff. But one time I just had a bad feeling about it, and I'm like, I'm good today. I don't want to go in there. And I'm like, oh, well, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna do this, and that. Like, we'll do our tea party or whatever at the time. I don't know what we were drinking, but it wasn't alcohol.
I think that's good.
I did not drink in high school. But so we were going in there, and for some reason, because I'm always like, oh, I'm not afraid.
Right.
I went in first, and they're like, oh, what if you go in there by yourself? I'm like, I don't want to go by myself. But I had already started crawling in, and they slammed the door behind me, and I was already halfway in. So by the time I turned around, I was like, open the door. It was black, rushed towards me. And I like screamed because it rushed towards me, went through me, like I could feel it go actually through, and I lost my breath. So my scream came out like a, ah, like it like took my scream and it like stopped.
Is that the thing that stuck to you?
Who knows? It could be. And they opened up the door, and I was like crying, but I couldn't. No sound was coming out.
Right.
And they were like, "What happened?" They were like, "We literally just closed the door for like a second." But it felt longer to me. It felt like they closed me in there, but they, according to them, brats.
Rude.
Bitches.
I'm
just kidding. Yeah, I said bitches. I'm just kidding. We're still friends. But they closed it in there, and they said they literally closed the door and then opened it back up. But for me, it felt like they closed the door. I was in there for a while. This thing rushed towards me. I screamed. It took my scream, or that's the only way I can describe it. It stopped it.
Yeah.
And then they opened the door. So it felt longer to me. Like, to me, it felt like it was like maybe 4 minutes.
That's so crazy.
To them, they're like, it was literally 60 seconds that we closed it and opened it. But yeah,
Weird.
So I don't know what that was. I had never had any other experiences in her house or any feelings until that one day. I just didn't want to play
so
in there.
weird.
And we had played in there before. So I don't know what changed, but yeah.
God, that's so freaky.
Yeah, that's what creeps me out. And then the thing with your sister, though, is sad because, usually stuff like that happens to people who are provoking, but there was no provoking there other than whatever it was trying to keep you out because it probably knew.
It's crazy.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I think that might be it for this episode.
Yes. Again, like, subscribe, and share.
And your glass is really full.
I know. I didn't mean to do.
She'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. I was getting distracted because I was so engrossed in your story that I was like pouring it, and I'm like, oh wait. I was like, shoot. I'm like, I'll just drink this slowly. But yes, we will see you
on the other side.